So what we're going to do is just, we've got to talk about moving lanes and signaling. And this is really critical. It's a critical process, okay? And it's understanding how it works that will make your life a lot easier. So when you're, let's just assume, and the principle is the same whether you're on the highway or you're anywhere where you're in a dual lane situation, this principle can always be applied. And you must realize, well, on a highway there are certain elements of it you can't, but normally the basic principles you can apply. And you made the cardinal mistake everybody makes. I'm going to move lanes, signal right. Okay. But you signaled against a vehicle that was in a blind spot area who could go either way. Do you understand? So you're on the highway or on the dual carriageway. Let's call it a dual carriageway. You're on the dual carriageway. You're in the left-hand lane and you want to move into the right-hand lane. And you've got a number of cars in the right-hand lane. So we had one car in front of us on the right-hand lane.
Yeah.
And we had cars behind us and in front of us in our lane. And we had one car which was a little bit further back behind us. Now, he was in a position where you couldn't move out into his lane safely because the distance between you and that van, which it was a van, the distance between you and the van was critical. So you would be moving into the second lane and you'd have a critical distance between yourself and the van, right? So now your problem is this. Your procedure is mirror signal maneuver, right? Mirror signal maneuver. You've identified what you have to do. You have to look in your mirrors, signal and maneuver, which you did. Fine. You knew you had to move into the right-hand lane. You actually looked in your mirrors. You identified that vehicle. You put on your right signal. Now, what happens to that vehicle is one of two things. You've now lost control of the situation. That's the problem. You have now lost control of the situation. He is now in control of the situation. You are no longer in control of the situation because you've put on your vehicle. You are indicating you want to move into that lane. You are asking to move into that lane. And he can either ignore you, refuse, or fall back. But you are not in control of the situation. Whereas you had enough distance to simply slow down without signaling, allow him to pass, and then signal and move into the lane. Who would have been in control of the situation?
Me.
You. And that's what happens. So people do this. They do this mirror signal, right? And then what happens to them is they've now signaled and they've lost control of the situation. And that guy can stay, and it often happens, stays in your blind spot area. He doesn't give you enough space that you're comfortable to move into the lane with. But he doesn't fall back to allow you either. And you get nervous because you're getting closer to the point where you have to turn. So what would you do? What's the right thing to do in a situation like that?
Slow down.
Slowing down you can't now because as you slow down.
Oh, you mean, sorry, once I've done my mistake.
Yeah, if you slow down, he's not giving you enough space, but he's going to slow down as well. And you're thinking, I haven't got enough space to move into that area. And he starts to slow down because you slow down, but there's still not enough space because he doesn't fall back. And you get nervous. So what's the right thing to do if you're in a situation where he's not really giving you enough space? Cancel your signal, carry on.
I was going to say go straight on.
Yeah, exactly. Cancel your signal and just go straight on. Get rid of the situation. You can always turn later. You can always pull off. You can turn around. You can always do something else.
Yeah.
But don't try and force this situation. Now, in the alternative, we play the game again. So I'm in the dual carriageway. I want to move into the right-hand lane. Okay. Now what I have to do is I check my mirror and there's a van in my blind spot area or a little bit behind my blind spot area. It doesn't give me enough room. If I just slow down without a signal, what's he going to do?
Just carry on.
He's just going to carry on, isn't he? He's not going to worry about you. He's not going to fall back. He doesn't have to consider you. You haven't threatened him with your signal. So you don't signal. You wait till he's gone, and then you signal and move into the lane. Who's in control of the situation?
Yeah, me.
You're in control of the situation. So that's why it's mirror signal maneuver. That is exactly why it's mirror signal maneuver.
Yeah.
Think about that. Putting on that signal at the wrong time can be detrimental to what you have to do. Although you're letting everybody know around you, it's detrimental, because if you just left your signal off, dropped back, let him pass, and then signaled, wouldn't have been a problem. Even if you signal when he's next to you, he's already in the process of passing you. The guys behind you know what you're going to do, but you must signal before you move the lane. But you must just time that signal better. And that's 90% of why you look in your mirrors. Timing, and deciding, what am I going to do? Before you do anything, look in the mirrors and decide. Okay?
Yeah.
Good.
Makes sense.
Yeah, does that make sense to you? Yeah, okay, great.